Hi, everyone. I hope you are doing well and welcome to this live Sail with Seth special coming in at 4 p.m. on the West Coast, 7 p.m. on the East Coast. And no matter where you are watching from, I am so happy that you are here. We are anticipating a great next, say, 45 minutes or so together. There is a lot to chat about. So let me know where you are watching from. And let me know what's going on where you are. It has been a long time since we have been together live. Certainly, I've been traveling. I know that you have been traveling as well, maybe with me, maybe without me, but no matter what you have had going on the past few months, I know it has been action packed, and I can't wait to chat with you more. Not only introduce you to the newest face here at Sail with Seth, but also with some exciting adventures even close to home. And yes, we are going to give out some prizes as well. So here, at least in the Northwest in Seattle, it is quite cloudy today. It is a bit chilly as well. The rain has stopped at least for today, but the rain's coming back. I'm gearing up for the heat for Southeast Asia. I leave tomorrow night, heading out towards Vietnam. I know many of you will be joining me as well, and I can't wait to see all of you. Of course, stay right here, not only to my Facebook and YouTube pages, but we'll be bringing you up to date with our social media team as well. Can't wait to show you all the sights and the sounds and the flavors of Southeast Asia. We'll talk much more about that in the next couple of weeks. So stay right here and stay tuned for the exciting adventures that will take us along the Mekong River. All right, so we have many of you that are joining in and, of course, wondering what we are going to be chatting about. Not only are we going to bring you in to our newest face, but we're also going to be talking about the future trips. But I do want to start things off with at least a little bit of news. I hate to start things off a little bit on the somber side, but I want to at least do this and give you a little bit of an update on one of our guests. One of our guests, unfortunately, has passed away, and her name is Susan. You will recognize Susan, and she's there in the picture. If you look to the one where there's the four of us, there's Dee Dee, Ruth, and myself, and Susan is the one in the blue shirt. She's also there with me on our Arctic trip that we just took place. Her really good friend, Dee Dee, one of her best friends, is there in Cuba when we were at our most recent trip in November. And there we are on a hike with her friend Sharon on kind of a drawstring bridge, it was a hike to remember, that is for sure. And I will tell you that Susan has meant so much to me. And I know that Susan has meant to a lot of you as well. It was a very sad day when I found out about Susan's passing. And I wanted to extend my thoughts and well wishes to not only her best friend, Dee Dee, but her other friends that are numerous that have traveled with us. So the Boise contingency, as we nickname them, my hearts go out to you. I wish that I could attend the funeral. I won't be here. I will be in Vietnam and Cambodia, where Susan was supposed to be, but we will certainly be doing many things in her memory along the way. So Susan, love you tons and tons and tons. We will continue to live out your memory and your well wishes and all of the good things that I know that you will be with us always. So again, all the best to Susan, her family, and everyone else. So thank you for letting me share that with you. Not only was Susan a big, huge part of our trips, but many of the trips. And I haven't been with you since we came back from several of them. So this was our group shot coming in from Cuba. And that was our trip that we did in November. Susan was also a part of our trip that we did in Canada, New England on WindStar on board Star Pride in October. That really was an amazing trip. There we all are in our aprons that I gifted everybody because this was kind of a foodie cruise, and our friends over at WindStar really showed us an amazing, amazing time. So that was a blast on the deck there of the Star Pride. Then many of us all came together over the holidays and hit the Danube. Yeah, we were doing the Grand Danube, which was 14 nights of unbelievable memory making. That coming in December. That was on board Amabella. We had a great time coming from Vilshofen, Germany, all the way to Romania, and the sights and the sounds that we saw there were pretty darn amazing. And then we also have the Southern Caribbean in January. And in January, we were not only there on board the Celebrity Ascent with plenty of our guests there, but some amazing new memories. And then 45 guests joined me. And yes, that is our entire group on the bow of the World Voyager in Antarctica. We are going back to Antarctica in 2028, and we'll chat much more about that here shortly. So I can't wait to chat with you. And again, don't forget that if you see something that you want to be a part of, we want you to be a part of it. So follow the bottom of your screen. If you see something that interests you, please go ahead and email us. It's Seth at sailwithseth.com or sailwithseth@gmail.com. I will tell you, please send us requests. We will get the information out to you. We've got our amazing crew standing by. We've got Mariah and Joy. They will certainly let us know and keep you posted on everything that we are going to launch today. All right. So we've got that going on. I will say that I meet a lot of people here when I am traveling the world. Not only do I meet new guests along the way, but I meet some amazing tour guides, and I meet some incredible people, not only as we're talking about, the tour guides themselves, because they have such knowledge and such amazing history that I can't really bring to light, but they can. They bring our tours to light, whether it be cruise directors and there are a few that I run into that I'm like, oh my gosh, I really need to stay in touch. And when I do, I promise that I stay in touch. And there are several people out there that I do keep in contact with, but I've run into hundreds of tour people along the way. And when we do, we come up with Sail with Seth. Of course, we bring in Sail with Seth to many different aspects of the globe. All right. So whether it's land tours or cruises, we are certainly expanding. And as I say that when we expand, we talk about adding more and more guests to the mix and more tour guides to the mix, and maybe even a new host to the mix. So without further ado, I want to bring you the latest in our host of hosts, the hostess with the mostest. And we are starting a new division of Sail with Seth called Sail with Seth, hosted by Audrey. And that means that, yes, many of you have met Audrey along the way. I love Audrey. We clicked instantly. And here we have Audrey. Audrey, the newest face of Sail with Seth. I have waited so long to bring you in here live with our guests. My friend, coming in from Cuba, how are you?
Well, thank you for having me. I'm calling in from Havana, Cuba, the capital of Cuba.
I love
where
it.
I had the delight of spending time with 16 of you in November. And I have to say myself that I've also been in the travel industry for over 10 years, and that I loved the Sail with Seth group. I felt so at home, such a fun and vibrant group of people, and I'm so excited to be joining the team.
Yeah, so tell a little bit, Audrey, your background, and then I'll tell about how we met and all of that kind of stuff. But tell our guests a little bit more about who you are and why you love traveling, and that you've been into the travel business for as long as you have been. So kind of take it away.
Okay, well, I started traveling at a young age. I moved to Paris, France when I was 18 to be a nanny, and then from there, I caught the salsa bug for partner salsa dancing and found my way to Havana, Cuba when I was 19. I moved to Cuba when I was 23 after living abroad for a year in Argentina and Brazil. And now I've been living in Havana for almost 12 years now. So I've worked with over 2,000 American guests, leading people all around the island of Cuba from east to west. I'm very passionate about Cuba, but of course, I also love traveling the world in general. I love taking people on experiences, on just kind of treating the world as our playground, and of course, getting to spend time together.
I will say that after we spent time together in Cuba, instantly I knew that Audrey is the perfect host, not only when we were in Cuba, but also that we gelled so well. And when I saw Audrey at work, making sure that, this was done well here, and A, B, and C maybe doesn't always equal D. Maybe it equals F, M, N, O, P. And, what to look for when not only us in Cuba, but just in general when you were with us in the Caribbean. And I want to put this picture up again because if you look close there I am smack dab in the middle, and then Audrey is right there. And I invited Audrey with our Caribbean cruise because I wanted to kind of get a feel, not only how Audrey connected with our guests, but also how Audrey just took it by, she basically did everything without me asking. And instantly I knew, I was like, Audrey's going to be a part of this team. I know it. So Audrey's still going to be doing tours in Cuba, and one that we will be talking about here shortly. But Audrey, tell us a little bit about, the rapport that you had with our guests on the Caribbean cruise.
Well, let me just say it actually isn't so hard to join Sail with Seth. It's not so hard to become part of the team because everyone was just so incredibly welcoming and friendly and helpful and incredibly kind. I think I said to Seth when he first came to Cuba, I was like, wow, this is kind of like a family, or it's almost like being at summer camp for adults. So everyone just takes care of each other. They welcome each other. They're ready to have a good time. So actually, you guys made it easy for me. I mean, so many people who had already been in Cuba who welcomed me, but then of course new faces of the 40 people who were with us on the Southern Caribbean cruise. It just feels like such a good fit. Vibrant, fun, kind people. I mean, I can't really ask for more.
And it's so true. It is so true. And what I want to throw up there are just a few comments that we are receiving. And they, by the way, are all fantastic, Audrey. But I thought it would be kind of fun just to kind of get an idea of what everyone is saying. We've got Elise saying Audrey is awesome. We have Jean saying Audrey's the best. She's such a nice person. Looking forward to sailing with her. Ruth saying she took great care of us, could make changes on the fly. Paige saying I cannot love this any more than I do. I love this. Dee Dee, so glad Audrey's joining the family. We've got Andrea saying hi to you. Scotty saying welcome to the pack, Audrey. Nancy, hello, Audrey. Prisby, hello, Audrey. So it is really coming to shape exactly how we wanted it to. And I am so great. And this is the one I love. I love this one. You're going to love it too, because I always say Audrey's my sister from another mister. Mm-hmm. Audrey is Seth's sister he never had, and now he does. I mean, is that the best? I love it. Don't you feel all the love?
I do feel all the love, and I send all that love back to everyone out there too, please. Mm-hmm.
So can you give us an update? First of all, we have some updates, and some guests are wondering, how is Cuba right now? And I want before you take that away, I want to also bring up to date that we have heard from our Cuban tour guide, and we became such a close-knit family in Cuba, and that we all pulled our money together and got our Cuban guide a power bank. And I went to Audrey and I said, look, Attila, for example, is our guide in Cuba. And what can we do, considering we're hearing all of this stuff from Cuba? What can we do with the power blackouts and things? And I know that you already have a generator and Audrey's like, you know what? I don't want you guys to do something for me. Let's do something for Attila. And we did. And Audrey's like, this is exactly what he needs. I'm going to make sure he gets it. I got a note from Attila saying, I got it. Audrey made sure
Yeah,
I got
it. It was fast.
and it was ordered. We all pulled our money in. And tell us a little bit about A, the conditions, and B, and Deborah is already asking, how is Attila? So tell us a little bit about what is going on in Cuba, what you can tell us, and how life is. I mean, you look fantastic. You always look great, but how your friends are, how all of our friends are, the drivers, and why we should still consider coming into Cuba.
So Cuba's in a transition. You know, they've had basically one government for 67 years. It's a long time. And it's been claustrophobic for many Cubans who haven't been able to engage in free commerce and have their own businesses. They've only been allowed to have their own businesses in the last 10, 15 years. So the good news is when we traveled to Cuba just now, we patronized like 98% of our business literally was only to these private entrepreneurs. So these are people kind of like your bread and butter of Cuban society who are drivers, guides, artists, speakers, chefs, restaurant owners, dancers, salsa teachers, cigar rollers, cigar tasting sommeliers. And those are the people that we patronize when we go to Cuba. So yes, I feel so much for the Cuban people that are dealing with a very difficult government. And these are people who are so desperately wanting to show 500 years, over 500 years of arts and culture to the world. If you remember, in the 1940s, Cuba invented over 50 genres of music. So all the base of Latin music that we hear today, most of that is derived from Cuban music. Cuban art is world class. The people we meet with on tour, world class jazz musicians, women on television doing a cooking show. I mean, Cuba has so much to offer that we are trying to help Cubans bring their light to the world, and all they want is an eager audience. So yes, Cuba is in terrible condition in terms of the government infrastructure, in terms of the government being able to provide electricity, water to people. So what people have done is take things into their own hands, and they're desperately trying to create their own businesses to be able to then build that own infrastructure themselves and no longer rely on this kind of crumbling, outdated government structure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I will say we all left Cuba with a different mindset. You know, growing up in South Florida, I know that we have, heard so many different stories, and actually seeing it in front of my eyes and knowing the connections that you have with everything else kind of in the mix. I mean, it really is absolutely phenomenal. And we're going to talk much more about the possibility of adding Cuba back into the mix. And we'll get to that coming up here in just a moment. But Attila, A-okay, doing well.
He's leading 2 back-to-back bird watching tours. And if the ladies from our former November tour can remember, he's wearing a special birding outfit. So he is doing well. His family's doing well. His wife, his 2 kids. And, Attila wants to work. He wants to have people come to Cuba. He wants to show his beautiful island. That's what Cubans want, is they want people to share Cuba with. And so when you pay people fairly, you are kind to them, and you are eager to hear their stories and consume their art and listen to their history, that's what people want. They just want to be able to share what they've studied, what they've trained in, what they've crafted, what they've birthed to the world to share with people. The gift is not only paying people for their services, but actually just being an eager audience.
Yeah. So when I put up this picture of Cuba and our small but mighty group, and I will tell you that yes, when you see a group like Christmas and you see lots and lots of people, you see Caribbean, you see many people, you see Antarctica, you see many people. We are keeping our Cuba trip small because we want you to not experience Cuba. We want you to experience Cuba the proper way. And to do it is a small group. And that is why we had such a small group with us, but a small and mighty group. That's what I like to call it. There is Audrey right over Anita's shoulder. So Anita is all the way to the left, and there is Audrey kind of popping out from there. And then Attila is right behind Ruth there. And again, this is our entire Cuba crew. We were all with our matching hats. And there, of course, is Prisby with her neck fan. And there I am in my white shirt. And then Susan, may she rest in peace there, right next to me. So it really was a phenomenal trip. And I think no matter what, and again, if you went to Cuba, comment in and let me know. I mean, Myra also mentioning that Audrey made Cuba such an amazing trip. And Myra, thank you. Myra, you made for an amazing trip. And so many of our others did as well, because everyone really loved every second of our trip. Really did.
And Cubans are the people of Cuba are just top tier. I mean,
Yeah.
I have guests who have traveled all around the world, and there's something so special, even partially from Cuba not having been open to the world for so many years, where the Cuban people are just so vibrant, so raw, so alive, so talented.
And I know this will shock you, not you specifically, but maybe some of the people at home. I love to chat and I love to talk, and my questions and questions and questions and questions. And when you teamed us up with so many of the different tour guides that we had, I was able enough to sit with many of our tour guides at a meal, and I would just talk to them, and their honesty and their truth and their love for their country, no matter what we hear, all comes to a different light. So that's what I loved so much about the real perspective of Cuba. And I think Ruth really mentioned it well. We always felt safe. That's huge. Elise, I will never forget that trip. So many of us feel the same way. And Myra really putting the icing on the cake there. Ooh. I will go again. And I will be there as well, Myra, for sure. Let's talk about the possibility of doing this again. So I want to let everyone know that we will return to Cuba, and we will return to Cuba in November of 2026. Audrey is putting the final touches on putting everything together again. Audrey, do you just want to highlight real quick on what we are looking forward to? Are we doing the same things that we did last time? We're again keeping this group very small. We're maxing it out likely at about 16 to 18 people again. But tell us exactly, well, not exactly, because I know we're still kind of putting the finishing touches on it. But give us just a little glimpse of what we can expect.
Okay, so we'll do some of the things that we did last tour, but we won't do all the same things. We're customizing it to fit our group's needs. We'll, of course, have the company of our fabulous guide, Attila, and we'll be staying in a beautiful property, all ground level, in the heart of the Vedado neighborhood from a 1913 restored mansion. Just a beautiful, it's my favorite property in all of Havana. And then we'll stay in a great property in Trinidad that's 350 years old, that's being conserved in its historical architecture, but has been beautifully restored. All these properties with solar panels, generators, doesn't matter to us if the electrical grid is functioning or not, because you just never know when it's that with Cuba. So we'll do what we did last time. For example, we'll do like a ceramics class with the Santander family in Trinidad that has over 5 generations of experience creating ceramics. But then in Havana, we'll meet with a sculptor and ceramicist Beatriz Santacana to paint in her beautiful mansion, having mojitos, painting ceramics with her as well. We'll go to Fusterlandia, which Jose Fuster is an artist known as the Gaudi of the Caribbean, and we'll visit his kind of wacky neighborhood where he transformed over 25 homes with mosaics. Of course, we'll ride in convertible cars down the Malecon seawall. Of course, we're gonna have a salsa lesson. We're gonna make some mojitos. We'll walk the beautiful town in Trinidad. We'll walk and see art in Havana. It's just, in general, I mean, we'll go from Havana through Cienfuegos to Trinidad. It's just gorgeous.
Yeah, so we are likely going to be doing this towards the middle half of November. So you will be home for Thanksgiving. So I do want to let you know that this trip will be hosted by Audrey. And again, we will get you home before Thanksgiving. So that's not a problem. We're also going to be going back in 2027. We're still trying to put those dates together. So just to let you know, for sure, November 2026, we are likely going to be going back in 2027 as well. And we will chat much more about Cuba as we get those dates. But if you are interested in Cuba, this is what you have to do. All right. It's not first come, first serve. It's basically we do not have an e-brochure ready yet. We will likely have an e-brochure ready within the next week. So what I need you to do, and Mariah is standing by Okay, so send us an email and say that you are interested in Cuba. It does not mean that you're locked into Cuba. It just means that you are interested in Cuba, and we will send you out an e-brochure before we make it public. All right. How does that sound, Audrey?
It sounds fabuloso.
Fabuloso. Okay, I love that. I love that. Before we talk about your other trips that you're going to be hosting for us, and I know you love traveling the world, but you also love traveling in the United States as well. Because you lived in Cuba and because you still live in Cuba, I know that you always say, I want to see more of the US.
Yeah, so I left home at 17. I started to travel the world, and then I forgot that in our own very backyard, our country is so incredible. And I hear about our country from so many other foreigners who travel to our country to see our beautiful, huge, really huge country. So I'm so excited to have a chance to dive in with Sail with Seth and get to really see some of the beautiful waterways of our very own beautiful home place.
And many of you have been talking about wanting to stay a little closer to home. And we have put together some amazing trips hosted by Audrey that will take place starting this summer and this fall. So we do have Cuba coming in November of 2026. And again, if you're interested in Cuba, please give us an email. Let us know that you're interested in Cuba, Seth@sailwithseth.com or sailwithseth@gmail.com. But let's talk about this unique one. And I love this one because it's coming out of New England. All right. This one's taking place June 29th to July 8th of 2026. So it's this summer coming in from New England with a round trip from Providence. So let's talk about this one, Audrey.
So let me just say this is the chef's kiss in terms of time of the year to be traveling in this part of the country. Some delightful weather. I'm talking island hopping from the shores of Nantucket Islands to Martha's Vineyards, seeing their Storybrooke little gingerbread cottages. Then you're going down to the historical Rhode Island coastal islands. I mean, you can't choose a better time of year to go to this part of the country.
It's so true. And to be in Rhode Island in this time of the year is really neat. Now, keep in mind that this trip is on a ship called American Star. It's through American Cruise Line. We have solo specials. So if you are interested, send us a note and just put in the subject line New England, and we will put you on the list. And once our e-brochure and pricing is back, we will let you know about this. This is a cruise that starts in Providence. You're going to meet Audrey the night before the cruise in Providence. You're going to do a group dinner, and then you're going to be heading out towards the islands of New England. This ship only carries about 90 guests. So when you see the up close and personal aspect of things, you'll get why this is such a special cruise. Not only do you go to Block Island, which is kind of off the beaten path, but also Martha's Vineyard and Nantucket. So it is a cruise that you basically pull into the harbors, and it's harbor to the next harbor to the next harbor. All of your excursions are included, and Audrey will make sure that you are on the perfect excursion. Again, this is the maiden voyage of our Sail with Seth hosted by Audrey. I will not be there. Audrey will be there, and she will be your guide every single step of the way. If you know kind of category, but let's say this. Audrey will make sure that you have a better time. If you were with me on Martha's Vineyard, you will get what I'm talking about. I will say we went through Martha's Vineyard in a crazy storm.
Okay.
Some of the guests didn't even get off the ship. You are guaranteed to get off the ship because you are on a cruise, only 90 guests on board. So you don't have to tender in. There is none of that. Okay. You are on a ship that will pull right in to the harbor because you are on such a small ship. And that's what makes it so great. What are you looking forward to the most on this one, Audrey?
So I'm looking forward to our lobster baked luncheon where we'll be having lobster and clams and corn. I'm looking forward to seeing the shorelines of the Block Islands. I'm looking forward to checking out the shores of the Nantucket Island, of Martha's Vineyard and their cottages. I'm just looking forward to some good Americana, beautiful weather. just the best of our Northeast New England islands.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. And that is really going to be an awesome, awesome trip. Again, this is on American Cruise Line, 90 guests, the maximum on that ship. And many of you have been sending me emails saying, I want to stick close. I want to do something close. So please, please, please let me know ASAP. And we will get you out information on that cruise. Okay. Second, what comes to mind, Audrey, when you are thinking about October?
Okay, continuing on the thread of choosing the best destination for the perfect time of the year, I'm talking about some beautiful fall foliage from New York to Albany. I mean, you cannot choose a better time of year for those colors.
Yeah, the colors is what really is going to be. I mean, I am telling you, 1,000% something that you would want to do. Look at how neat this is. You are going to be arriving in New York City 2 days before the cruise. Okay, you are on a 100 passenger vessel, okay, called the American Glory. You are going to be sailing from New York City up through Sleepy Hollow, West Point, Hyde Park, Catskills, all the way up to Albany. You have also an excursion over to Troy. But I mean, you are really going to be seeing the heart of New York, not just New York City, but so many of the different places that can visit. And along the way, along the Hudson River, you will be seeing the fall foliage like never before. I mean, you are going to be in the perfect spot at the perfect time along the Hudson River. And of course, New York City for a couple of days. Let's talk about that. We'll be putting together a great, it'll include a Broadway show, and you're going to get Audrey in one of her favorite cities in all of the world, which is in New York. Tell us a little bit about this trip and why you're so excited for this.
Okay, so let me say, think you're on the Hudson River, you have the Catskill Mountains to the west, you have the Berkshire Hills to the east, you're on the river, you're cruising by these grand estates and important military landmarks nationally for us. We're talking the Vanderbilt Mansion, the home of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the U.S. Military Academy of West Point, Sleepy Hollow, and then we're talking about all of this with panoramic foliage all around us.
I mean, it's truly going to be absolutely phenomenal, which I love. I love, 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 love it. So that is really going to be phenomenal, and one heck of a trip, that's for sure. And then, of course, right now, Cuba. That's going to be in November 2026 as we return to Cuba. Another one that we are going to be launching here shortly. This is going to be the Arctic, and that is going to be something that Audrey is going to, we're going to be putting together for you. And this is going to be in 2027. And for this Arctic trip, it's going to be very different, as it is going to be going from Greenland to Manitoba in Canada. So it is going to be going to the Northwest Passage. This was a tough one because I really, 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 really wanted to do this one. And I thought, how can I do this? And then I'm like, I can't, because this is going to be an Audrey trip. So this trip, again, that's going to be the Arctic of 2027. And we will get you more information as that one comes in as well. Talking about a couple of other trips, I want to also give you a heads up on some of the trips that I am going to be hosting. And again, on the same type of platform as we were talking about guests, Audrey, and you saw some of the emails and the phone calls that came in saying, we want to travel closer to home. It's going to be in that kind of category. And this is going to take us in February of 2027. So February of 2027 to see the Northern Lights. Have you seen the Northern Lights?
No, I would love to.
This is amazing. I'm taking this trip though. Okay, fine. Take a look at this trip. This one is February of 2027 to see the Northern Lights in Alaska. A lot of you have been saying, are you going to go to Bergen? Are you going to go to Norway? Are you going to see something in Svalbard? Where can we see the Northern Lights with you? And so many of you asked that I will say this. You asked to see the Northern Lights in another country. Do you know in our own country, in the state of Alaska, is some of the best viewing that you will ever see and the most dramatic of the Northern Lights that you will ever see right outside of Fairbanks, Alaska. This one, okay, this trip right here, we do have the e-brochure on. We will get it to you come later on this evening if you request this right now. This is going to only be open for less than 20 of you because there is a resort outside of Fairbanks that lets you sleep in these igloos. Now, the igloos are not the igloos that you're thinking about. It's not made of ice, but say they are hotel rooms that have glass domed roof that you could see the Northern Lights when you wake up. They will call you and say, you don't have to get out of bed. Just roll over, open your eyes, and take a look through the ceiling because the Northern Lights are dancing overhead. Friends, this cruise is going to be absolutely phenomenal. Oh, sorry, it's not even a cruise. It's a land trip. And it is a land trip to Alaska in the winter. So it's February of 2027. And there is where we will have the Northern Lights in Alaska, complete with prime aurora viewing. And it is simply going to be an amazing trip. So once again, please let me know if you are interested in this. This is a winter trip to Alaska. A winter trip to Alaska in February of 2027, open to you less than 20 of you. So this is really going to be amazing trip. Again, the Northern Lights in Alaska, complete with all of the prime aurora viewing that you can have. Also, a very popular trip that I know many of you will want to take is Antarctica. And we are heading back to Antarctica, penguins and all, February of 2028. We have this e-brochure ready to go. We already have about 15 guests signed up for our next cruise to Antarctica, and all 15 have sailed already on board Atlas Ocean Voyages. We're back on Atlas Ocean Voyages, and this is going to take place February of 2028, all right? We're heading back to Antarctica. This one, though, is a little bit on the different side because we are doing a one-way trip through the Drake Passage, and then we're going to fly back from King George Island, all right? So King George Island, if you are interested in 2028, please let me know. 2028 is when we head back to Antarctica, and we are going to have an amazing time. I mean, this is just a sample of what we saw in Antarctica. It was amazing. We crossed the Antarctic Circle in February of 2026. We will not be crossing the Antarctic Circle in 2028, but the difference here is going to be that we are going to fly the Drake home. So if you're nervous about the Drake Passage, you're only going to do it once. We fly the Drake home, and then we return to Chile. So again, really going to be an amazing once-in-a-lifetime trip that will take place with stops in King George Island so we could see the emperor penguins, and then we do fly home from King George Island to Chile, and then we'll have a post-stay in Chile. So again, amazing options. So real quick to go over what we discussed today, we have, of course, our newest host, and this is Audrey. And Audrey is going to be hosting her first maiden voyage in New England. And Audrey, why don't you explain that real quick yet again?
Okay, we're explaining it again. One moment. So we will be cruising around the New England islands in the best time of the year, late June, early July. We'll have a chance to check out these beautiful, timeless New England island ports. We'll island hop from the Nantucket Islands to Martha's Vineyard to the Rhode Island coastal islands. This is just the best time of year.
It really is. And then your fall trip.
So that will be, of course, in the late fall. It makes sense. And we'll have a chance to cruise down the Hudson River where we have the Catskills to the west, the Berkshire Hills to the east. We'll go up to Albany. We'll have a chance to see these different historical sites like the home of Franklin D. Roosevelt, Sleepy Hollow, the U.S. Military Academy of West Point, and then, of course, to enjoy just these beautiful reds and golden and yellows and just vibrant oranges.
Yeah, pretty amazing. And, of course, Cuba.
Of course, Cuba, it can't be left out. So we'll return after our first voyage to Cuba just a year ago in November, to Cuba again, where we'll have some of the best activities that we did, of course, last year, but also some new additions like checking out Fusterlandia and meeting with the ceramicist Beatriz Santa Cana. We'll have a chance to start in the vibrant capital of Havana, and then we'll move through Cienfuegos to Trinidad, this city of over 500 years of history, beautiful colonial jewel of the Caribbean, where we'll have a chance to see many familiar faces and, of course, be with our fabulous guide, Attila.
That's right. And I will be hosting the Northern Lights in Alaska, February of 2027. I hope that you can join us. And again, an e-brochure on that. Please let us know, because we are going to be seeing those lights dancing overhead. It really is going to be amazing. And I will tell you that Alaska is not only amazing in the summer, but it's incredible in the winter. And yes, it's going to be amazingly cold and all of that. But I will let you know that it is worth every single below zero temperature that we are going to be facing. And a little bit warmer is Antarctica, because it's their summer, but that's going to take place February of 2028 as we return and fly one way through the Drake Passage. There is so much to look forward to. Audrey, I know that I asked you this before, but I want to talk a little bit about, and for those guests that are just joining us right now, your thoughts on the Sail with Seth community and what you noticed for the first time before we even ever had a discussion of you joining the team, you and Attila. I'll never forget what you guys said to me, but I want you to tell everyone what your thoughts are and what your thoughts were, Attila, as well. And for those that have never been on a Sail with Seth journey, whether it be Cuba, whether it be Alaska, whether it be wherever, what your perspective was when you first met.
So I've worked in the travel industry a long time, over 12 years. And when I first met Seth, I was like, this is like adult summer camp, but the world is your playground. So we're in a group of people and we're moving throughout the world to these different destinations. I was touched by how friendly everyone is, how welcoming. Really, people are from all different walks of life, but everyone gels so well. People were so friendly to me and to Attila. I mean, it's like right away you're welcomed into the fold. I had all these people write me, even just to come on Facebook Live, sending me the regards, sending me cute messages of support, which I'm like, that's incredible. And I just can't, it's the people that make Sail with Seth. So, I mean, I joke with Seth that Sail with Seth is his fan club, because it kind of does feel like we're all just like your fans and we're like following you around the world, which I'm happy to do. Yeah. But it's this family environment. It's like you're at summer camp, but it's the summer camp you always wanted. Now you're an adult and you get to choose where you go, and you're no longer on the playground. Like you're in Cambodia and the Antarctica and Cuba. Right. And I told Seth, I mean, I'm like, props to these people who, you know, people in the US might have time and they might have resources. They don't always choose to travel. They don't always choose to see the world. They don't always choose to enjoy themselves, so that we choose to explore the world, to really live it up. I mean, that's what it's all about. And, you know, as we know, life is fragile. Life is gone in a moment. And to see people who actively choose to enjoy each other's company and then play, and we get to go around the world together, that means a lot. And I'm so happy to be welcomed into this community. I mean, it's surreal that it's
amazing. I mean, it is amazing. And I, you know, everyone's like, oh, it's amazing what you created. And yes, I mean, I guess when you think about the whole thing, I created it, but it's created by all of us. You know what I'm saying? Yes, my name is on it. And it was just the same type of thing when I was on television, where I was doing TV news and I was doing the weather, and, you know, my producers and my audio ops and my all the stuff were like, you know, I said, even though it's my face, it's all of our production, right? Everyone puts all of the work into it. You don't see a lot that happens behind the scenes. You don't see what we do all of the time. You don't see what Mariah is doing all of the time, or Joy, or yourself, or me. I mean, yes, I'm the face of it, but still, there is so much that takes place. And when you and I were here in Seattle, you know, a couple of weeks ago, it was like all day long. And I looked at Audrey and I'm like, how have we been sitting in this room from 9 a.m. and now it's 5 p.m. already? Like, it goes by so fast. And that's what it
wasn't so bad, because your sweetie made lunch for us. You took me out for this amazing Thai food. We drank some good coffee. We had some alfajores from Argentina with some salt from I don't even know where, from your salt collection of 50 salts. So Yes. I mean, I'm to meet someone with the level of professionalism you have, the level of detail, your love and kindness to people, just your heart, which is really the essence of everything. So that combination,
Mhm.
that's what makes this so, so special.
Yeah, and it really is something that's absolutely phenomenal and amazing. So I love it. And I'm so excited that you are joining the team. I know that we are going to be doing some giveaways. So the giveaways, you want to stick around for giveaways?
I do want to stick around. I may shift to my phone if the computer dies, but I will stick around.
You know what? That is okay. I will handle the giveaways.
Okay.
Um, before you leave, and I want to say what we're giving away because there are lots of things that we are giving away. Okay. So just to let everybody know, if you want to be a part of our giveaway, just write, what should we write?
Does it have to be one word?
It could be
Or
2
no?
words, it could be 5 words,
We can write
whatever.
hostess with the mostest.
Hostess with the mostest. People might be like, which one are we talking about? We could talk about Audrey for right now.
Well, host is different than hostess.
No, I'm totally teasing. But hey, let's go ahead and write hostess with the mostest. How's that sound? Write in hostess with the mostest, and our amazing prize wheel will detect what you write. Okay. And put it in, and then we will select winners from all of this. And Audrey, if your computer dies, then it's okay. We love you and thank you. So put in hostess with the mostest, and then as you need to put it in, because if you don't put it in, then it's not going to register you in this prize wheel. And then we'll do the prize wheel and all of that. But I'll kind of give you an idea of what we are giving away. All right. So we have a few prizes that we are going to give away. One, are you ready for this one? You might want this. You might want this. Okay. All right. First up, I'm going to show you all. This is from Atlas, and this is a penguin keychain. Isn't that fun? Do you see it? Yeah. Okay. So we have that. Okay. So keep on putting in hostess with the mostest. Okay. So that's good. All right. So we've got this. All right. And then we have a water bottle from Atlas Ocean Voyages. Okay. So we're getting ready for, okay. So that's our Atlas Ocean Voyage plug. So we have a water bottle. Not everyone's getting this. It's one per person. Okay. I'm just showing you all the prizes. Okay. So there's that. Okay. We also have an AMA Waterways hat, an AMA Waterways baseball hat. Okay. So there's that. Okay. Wait, I'm not done. I have a Celebrity Cruise tote bag. You know what I call this? A fake Longchamp. You know those Longchamp bags?
We know.
Longchamp. What?
We know those bags. We yearn for those bags.
I know, and they're so expensive. I call this a fake.
It looks like one.
It does, doesn't it? But it says Celebrity Cruises on it.
Ooh.
Right? So it's like a fake, a faux. I'm going to call it a faux. But it's all, I don't want to take it out because I'll never get it back in. But that's the bag. Okay, so I got that. All right, so we're at 4 prizes. I'm going to say there's a lucky 5th. Do you want to know what that is? Are you ready? Are you ready? Number 5 is our grand prize, a GoPro.
Whoa.
I know, we don't mess around at Sail with Seth. A GoPro is our lucky. I had to do a big one because I know a lot of people were watching today because they wanted to either meet you or hear about you or all of that kind of stuff. And I told everyone they're not going to be disappointed. And not only does it's just a GoPro, but it comes with a floaty stick.
Very nice.
Very nice, right? I know, exactly. So we have 5 prizes to give away. 5 prizes to give away. 1, 2, 3. Wait, did I miscount? 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5. Yeah, 5. Okay, see, I got a little confused. All right. Are we ready? All right, everyone. Okay, so let's begin, shall we? I wish there was a way I could share my screen, but I can't do my screen here, but that's okay. As we are, what should we give away first?
Let's start with the penguin keychain.
Penguin keychain. All right, so if you win once, okay, I'm going to take your name out. Okay, so you can't be a multiple winner, but everyone is a winner when they win. Okay, all right. So are you ready? Hostess with the mostest. That's what you had to put in to automatically.
I'm ready, my dear. Spin that wheel.
That's exactly. All right, here we go. Number one. We've got Kevin and Vonnie. Ooh. Hostess with the mostest, Kevin and Vonnie. All right, Kevin and Vonnie, thank you for playing. This is coming your way. What you have to do, by the way, is if you win, please email us, sailwithseth@gmail.com or seth@sailwithseth.com. Email us, okay? So we can send this out. We need an address to send this to. So again, seth@sailwithseth.com or sailwithseth@gmail.com. Vonnie and Kevin, I'm writing this down right now. So Vonnie, Kevin, keychain. All right, perfect. All right, here we go. What do you want to do next?
Our water bottle.
Water bottle. And this is coming in from Atlas Ocean Voyages. This is a good one for you. And let's go ahead and do Hostess with the Mostest. And we have... All right, we've got Scott. Oh my gosh, Scott, I haven't seen your name in forever. Scott Perdanowski. Scott, congratulations, you've got a water bottle. Scott was on one voyage with us in 2023. So nice to see you back here. Thank you. You've got that. All right, and now we have another. Which one should we do? What?
Our faux bag.
The faux bag. The faux bag. Okay. All right, here we go. Faux bag. This is our Celebrity Cruises bag. Celebrity Cruises bag. Here we go. Are we ready? We spin this wheel. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ba, 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 ba. Jolene Power. Jolene Power, congratulations. You received the bag. This is the Celebrity Cruises faux bag. We call it a faux Longchamp bag. Okay, now we have the hat. We've got the hat. Are we ready? Okay. Bum, 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 bum. Da, da, da. The hat from AMA Waterways. And we have... Ken Speaks. Ken! Congratulations! Ken's got our hat for AMA Waterways. That is a good one. Congratulations to you. So I'm going to put this down here. We've got Ken for the hat. We've got Scott for the water bottle. And we got Jolene for the bag. Now the big one. Now the big one. The GoPro. So have you ever used one of these before?
You know, I've just seen people use them. I've never actually had the chance to use one myself. You could always add my name into the mix if you'd like.
Okay. All right. Employees are not eligible.
Okay.
I know. As Mariah and Joy are like, I want a GoPro.
I know, right?
I know. Like, what are you doing? I know. We have to get you in on our retreat. All right. So yeah, you gotta hear about that one. That's gonna be a good one. All right. So let's go ahead and chat about the GoPro. All right. Okay. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here we go. Oh, this is a good one. I think that it might go to this person's husband. I don't know. I'm not sure. But Mary Redgrave, congratulations. You just received a GoPro. So I want to know, is Mike going to take this from you? I don't know. Is he watching? I'm not sure. But Mary Redgrave, congratulations. You have won a GoPro. So I am going to be sending this out to you, as well as the GoPro stick that comes along with it. And this is going to be fantastic. So congratulations to Mary and maybe her husband for doing that. And congratulations to everyone else who won. This really was a lot of fun. And again, if you won, please send us an email. Also, I want to stress this to you. If you're interested in any of the trips that we mentioned, even if we don't have a brochure ready to go, we are going to put you on a list. So that list is going to be done by us, and then we send out the e-brochure once it's done, okay? Again, Seth at sailwithseth.com, sailwithseth@gmail.com. It has been a pleasure not only having everyone here, but Audrey, I am so excited about you joining the team. I'm so excited about your future trips that you're going to be having. I can't wait for you to join other trips. We will be hosting some trips together. Audrey's going to be hosting some on her own. I will be, of course, hosting others. It's just really, really, really going to be a lot of fun. So I'll let you kind of wrap things up.
Well, just thank you for welcoming me to the Sail with Seth family. Let me see, my computer has 2%, so it's perfect timing. And I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful for everyone's love and welcoming and hospitality. I was joking with people on the Caribbean cruise where they were welcoming me, and I'm like, I'm supposed to be welcoming you guys. Like, that's my job. But no, people were just so kind, so friendly. Shout out to all my Cuba people and my Southern Caribbean tour people. And I'm so looking forward to meeting the rest of you.
Yeah, it is really going to be a lot of fun. Audrey, love you times 10. You are my sister from another mister. You are the best. Mwah, back at you. Thank you for being here. And tell all of our Cuban friends that you give us all the love, okay?
Okay.
All right. Bye for now. All right. Love, 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 love her. And congratulations to everyone who won. Thank you guys so much for being here. Really, truly appreciate it. Real quick, want to go over one last time, if you're just joining us, some of the trips that we are offering. Again, please just send us a note. Let us know you're interested, and then we will send you all of the information, okay? We've got first lineup June 29th in the New England Islands. This is round trip out of Providence on June 29th. We've got October 2nd, the Hudson River. The fall foliage from New York City up into Albany. And then Cuba back in November of 2026, where we will come back, and this trip will change your life. Will change your life. February 2027, we've got the Northern Lights, this one hosted by me. This one is going to be unbelievable as we literally see the aurora dancing overhead of us. And then we are coming back. This is another trip that I'm hosting in 2028 as we return to Antarctica. Again, thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of the Sail with Seth community. I love all of you, really and truly. You have been with me for such a long time, and I really appreciate that. And we've been together for the past hour. So I'm going to wrap things up with a team meeting. So Joy and Mariah, I'll be reaching out to you here shortly. And other than that, thank you. If you're joining us from a ship, and I saw so many of you that are on cruises now that you're joining us. So thank you, whether you're joining us from the Pacific, the Atlantic, no matter what, I really, really appreciate that. So thank you for making me a part of your day. Thanks for making Audrey a part of your day. And of course, Sail with Seth. For those that are traveling to the Mekong, I will see you in just a matter of days in Vietnam. Otherwise, safe travels to everyone out there, no matter where you're going. And again, thanks for being here, my friends. Until next time, take care. Bye for now.